and welcome to another exciting episode of the Issues on Voice of the People TV, where we bring you the most important and pressing issues shaping our nation today. I am your host, Jerry Appiline. On the issues today, the fate of Nigeria hangs and the balance President Tinubu's promises to the North, fulfilled or fall out. While the nation watches, Nnpcl stands accused of 210 trillion naira in unaccounted funds, a sum that could change the faces of countless Nigerians. But hope springs eternal as the federal government unveils a plan to revolutionize food security through livestock breeding centers. Stay tuned. After this short break, we'll dig deeper into this topic some more. Don't go away. Welcome back. Let's dive straight into today's discussion. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, has stated that President Bola Tinubu has fulfilled his promises to the North and will do more. Idris made the statement on a live Hausa language phone-in program on Radio Nigeria Kaduna. Idris emphasized that Tinubu has appointed many people from the North to work with him in his administration, including ministers and special advisors. The minister highlighted some of the promises made by Tinubu to the North before the 2023 presidential election, including security, education, and agriculture. Idris noted that Tinubu has kept his promises, appointing over 60 people from the North to work with him in his administration. The minister also emphasized that the team would continue to sensitize the people, especially those in the North, about the astounding achievement recorded by the Tinubu administration. Idris refuted claims that Tinubu had sidelined the North, saying that the narrative is not true. He emphasized that Tinubu has done well for the North and that the administration's achievements are not limited to one region but the entire country. Today, I'm delighted to be joined by two esteemed guests here in the studio. We have Dr. Peter Nnpcl. Dr. Nnpcl is a philosopher, development economist, and best-selling author. He is also an erudite commentator on economy, finance, politics, and power. Great to have you, Dr. Nnpcl.
I'm happy to be here.
Always a pleasure. And joining us virtually is Elder Lekia Christian, a public affairs analyst, social justice crusader, president, Niger Delta Coalition Against Violence. Great to have you join us on the issues.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here again after a very long while.
All right, definitely. We're excited to have your audience. But let's take it off from you, Elder Christian. Taking a look at the information minister saying that the president has done well for the North. He made mention of 60 appointments, talking about people working with him. How has that really developed the North from what you've seen so far? We still see widespread hunger. Why is there so much eagerness to promote propaganda instead of showing us results? We didn't have taken anything from the minister to give us pure statistics and show us real development on how security has improved, because as at last count, we did just hear that people were even attacking Castina just today and yesterday. People are still dying in Benin. People are still dying in Jos. How do you justify that? Coming from the information minister, definitely it's his job to do that. But has he really given us real facts that the president has really done well with the North? Are you satisfied with the information minister's comments on this?
To a proper diagnosis of the claims by the Minister of Information, you will agree with me that there are no facts backing, those claims. Even if you have even if the Tinubu administration had appointed, say, over 60 persons from the North, is it about appointing persons from the North or touching the lives of Nigerians who live in the North? How much of the policies of this government, touch the lives of common Northerners? In terms of food security, in terms of security itself, which is one of the chief responsibility of government, all the killings across the Northwest, North Central, and Northeast are issues begging for very serious attention. And I don't believe that it's proper for anybody who is conscience guided to pay lip service to such serious issues of national concern. I think the minister has to do more beyond pleasing people, except they are telling us that it's about appointing people. How do you equate 60 appointments to the number of persons that live in the north, that are from the north? 60 out of the majority of number. Maybe if we get the statistics from the National Population Commission, I will compare 60 to whatever the number will eventually become. And maybe they may discover that they have failed beyond, their imagination. The purpose of government is to provide security for lives and property, ensure the welfare of its citizens, and the protection of our national boundaries. All of these cannot be said to have been achieved by the Tinubu administration, weighing by their performance index in the north.
All right, let me go to Dr. Nosike. It looks like it's the word of those in the president cabinet against those who are on ground in the north. Kwankwaso has come out to say that the north has been sidelined. Of course, we've heard from various northern elders who are not pleased with the way the government has been run in terms of the north being sidelined. Now the information minister is telling us that he has done well, he has fulfilled the promises. Can we take his word for it? Because what's on ground is different from what the Minister of Information is telling us. And why did it take so long for the Minister of Information, after so much outcry, to come out and tell us? Because in time past, the Information Minister was actively telling Nigerians what the government was doing and is doing.
If you check the characters that are appointed the Minister of Information, it is those who are shameless. It is those who have no conscience. Because the job is about lying, tending lies. That's what the job is all about. This man mentioned security, mentioned agriculture, mentioned education in the north.
Which is still the largest in terms of how out of school children.
So this shows you that one, he is shameless, because all these 3 areas that he mentioned, Tinubu has failed woefully on those areas. There can never be agriculture where there's insecurity. How can people go to their farms? There can never be education when there's insecurity. How can people go to the schools? So the issue today and on, Arewa Consultative Forum, ACF, condemned the Tinubu's administration. Today, Ningi said that Tinubu should tell Nigerians what he's doing with the billions of Naira he is borrowing. Because as we speak, our national debt is 187 trillion. And we'll be hitting 200 trillion before December 2025. So Ningi said that he should tell Nigerians what he is doing with this money he is borrowing. So these people know that Tinubu has failed in the north. So that's why he has to go on Hausa program in Kaduna to kind of see how he can do damage control. But it is too late in the day, because these people have already made up their minds. These people, Northerners, have already made up their minds, because it is not what they invested in that they are getting that's in return. So Tinubu just duped them, used them to achieve his life ambition, and then empower his own people. Talking about 60, giving 60 people an appointment, 60 in the north, population of Kanu are known by 2006 census is about 9.5 million. That's 9,500,000 as of 2006. Kanu State alone. And you are giving 60 people that's appointments. So this shows you that it is people who are shameless that always take up this kind of minister of information. Understand? Someone who maybe has no children, or his children are wayward. Because you cannot tell this lie and go home and expect your children to embrace you. So those are the kind of people that takes up this job, because it will be lying, even just like what Muhammad said during his time. That's
Lai Mohammed.
Lai Mohammed, that nobody is hungry in Nigeria. That nobody is hungry in Nigeria. That the reason why there's a traffic in Abuja is because Tinubu government, Buhari government was favoring Nigerians, so a lot of them are buying cars. That's why there's traffic in Abuja. So that's what the job entails. So all you have to do is to sympathize with whoever that is holding that position. That is what the job entails. Government will be messing up. They will tell the Minister of Information, go and defend us. And that's what he went to Kaduna to do, and to speak in Hausa, so that to attract more audience. But it is too late in the day. As he was making that statement, Arewa Consultative Forum was condemning Tinubu's administration. So for me, it's just a waste of effort.
Okay, let me go to Elder Christian Lekiade. But if the government is doing well as claimed, why is there a need for a campaign to sensitize the North about its achievements? Because if you are doing well, you don't need to convince the people that you are doing well. At least your project, there will be evidence on the part of the people to know that yes, this government is doing well. There's no need to tell the whole world or tell them that, okay, are you going to buy food for me, and you need to tell everybody that you bought food from me. At least the world will see that you are doing that.
Wike is doing it now.
Wike is buying food for people.
Wike is doing it, advertising people who came to his house and ate.
So he needs to advertise. At least the people who have eaten should be able to tell the world, okay, I've eaten and my life has changed and done it better. And the Christian Lekia, what do you think about all of this?
It's a second language of explanation. For instance, if you find a tree that is bearing so much fruit, you know it. Anybody passing by that tree will see the number of fruits that tree bears. So it will be visible. You don't need anybody to go and tell them, look at this tree, it's bearing fruits. Or you take statistics of the number of trees, bearing fruits in a particular community. Those in that community will know the trees that are bearing fruits and the ones that are not bearing fruits. So I don't think the Minister of Information really knows his job. I sympathize with him. I'm not going to be as generous as my brother in the studio there, saying people who don't have conscience and all that. That's the kind of people they get engaged. Every opportunity with which you have to serve in whatever capacity is a statement-making opportunity. And at the end of his tenure, people will remember him, just like my brother is also remembering the statement that was credited to the former Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed. People should know that beyond their tenure in service, they will return back to their people, except they want to go, run away from their communities and from the people. And what kind of job will you derive satisfaction from not serving the essence of that office. So he has not done well. I think there are still time. What they should do is to utilize the remaining opportunity to do more, bring about policies and projects that will be visible, in the north. That is about Nigeria. Let Nigerians feel the impulse of this government in a positive light. I think that I don't think they have done much. The people, the level of poverty, the level of insecurity, the poor level of education in the north is terrible. So even the children of the elite don't go to school there. They are not exposed to the insecurity that the children of commoners are being exposed to. So what is he talking about? Let us be fair to ourselves, to society. If the purpose of government is to touch the lives of the people, improve their welfare, their living conditions, if I tell you what is going on, like in Benue, like in Benue, and the entire North Central, can you really tell me that the people are healthy? Are they sleeping well? Every day you hear different explanation, you get different news, people are dying, and the government is at ease. And you say in the area of security, you have the guts to tell Nigerians that this government have done well. No. I don't think that is fair. It's not a gift to give for Nigerians to expect. It's not a gift for anybody. I don't think they've done well. They should be bold to take responsibility and rejig it to an extent where they begin to show visible effort, things that people will see. They say these are the things they are doing to bring about a relief of the situation. It's pathetic, but we really need to pray for this country. And I want to advise this administration that they still have time to do the right thing. No matter the number of people you recruit into giving pseudo information to the people, it will not help. The only thing that will help is for them to act right and begin to pursue their primary mandate of providing security, improving the welfare of Nigerians, and ensuring that we cohabit in peace.
All right. Edgar is optimistic in a way. He says that there's still time.
There's no more time.
Do you think anything can be done to change the opinion of the Northerners who have given up on this government?
You cannot jump fence to become successful. There's nothing like overnight success. Tinubu has no more time. There's nothing in the next 1 year. Tinubu has not finished the fight against insecurity. And without security, there will be no development. So there's no time. And Nigerians are a special breed of people. Yesterday, the two state House of Assembly members were saying opposition shouldn't come to their state to campaign, that they have already declared for Boname Tinubu. That is what members of the two state House of Assembly are saying, that the opposition should not bother to come to their state for campaign, because that Tinubu is doing well, and they have declared it for Tinubu in 2027. There's nothing that an opposition can say to them in their state. And these people who more than 300 of their communities have been taken by Fulanis and renamed into Fufude. Their people have been slaughtered on a daily basis. Look, Jerry, every day in Nigeria, more than 500 people are being killed every day in Nigeria. A police officer confirmed that more than 300 people get missing every day in this country. But it is only those that get the attention of the media that have been are reported. It's not everybody that has access to the media. So even the deaths you are hearing is unreported. But I want to tell you that every day in Nigeria, more than 500 people get killed. But there are two state people who say that it is okay for them. I wish them well. Understand me? Bible say I cannot be exact, but let it be unto you. Understand me?
Good measure
as you wish.
Yes.
So Tinubu has done well for them and deserve to be re-elected. So our sympathy goes to other people. Understand? Our sympathy should go to other people who are grieving, because the two people are comfortable with what is happening. Understand? It is their karma. Understand me? What they did between 1967 to 1970 in the southeast is happening. So they know it is what they measured that's now being measured onto them. That's why it is okay with them. But the truth is that there's no time. Tinubu's administration has run out of time. Assuming that there's a way that to reduce drastically this insecurity, we can begin to talk of growth and development. But he don't have answer to it. And you cannot stop it overnight. Understand me? Even if you stop it today, you need time to prepare the psychology of the people that they are safe. Because as I am now, there's no business that will make me go to Abuja on road. I won't. That's by this road. I won't.
Very risky.
Understand me? I won't. So even if you stop security now, it will take more than 6 months for people to have that confidence that Nigeria is safe. So he has no time. He has lost it.
All right, he has no time. He has lost it. The Christian, like I said, there's still time, but we wait and see how things pan out. But that takes us to: is there enough time for the government to look into what is happening in the national? Talking about Petroleum Company Limited, talking about the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, Nnpcl. The Senate Committee on Public Accounts have given the body 3 weeks to respond to queries raised against it regarding unaccounted for funds amounting to 210 trillion naira. The committee, chaired by Ahmed Wadada, emphasized that the amount in question was neither stolen nor missing, but rather had yet to be accounted for. Nnpcl's CEO, Bayo Ojulari, apologized for past failed appearances and requested more time to respond to the queries. The committee granted Ojulari 3 weeks to provide written responses to the 19 queries raised, after which he will be invited to appear before the committee with other management staff. The 210 trillion naira unaccounted for is composed of 103 trillion naira in liabilities and 107 trillion naira in assets, which must be accounted for. The committee's investigation is part of its constitutional mandate to scrutinize the audited financial statement of Nnpcl. The committee members expressed optimism that Ojulari would clarify the issues raised and provide transparency on the unaccounted for funds, and they emphasized the importance of accountability and good governance in the management of Nnpcl's resources. Let me take this to Elder Crystal Lekia. How does a figure as enormous, because as I was trying to mention the figures, I almost lost my speech, because that's a lot of money.
And you are from Edo now.
I almost lost my speech. I almost had an imbalance here. 210 trillion naira. You know what that will do in the economy? How many lives will be changed if that is pumped into the economy and used well for the betterment of the people? How does a body like Nnpcl, with so much years of experience, have 210 trillion naira unaccounted for? At least there are people who are paid to audit the account, the accountants working in the Nnpcl. How does this happen? And we're just sitting by and things are just going the wrong way in this country.
Areas in this country, two areas where every time the National Assembly attempts to investigate the activities, particularly when it comes to finances. Nigerians are always in shock. One, the CBN. Two, the NNPC. And it will shock you that even the management of NNPC cannot truly say this is the volume of crude we are producing per day. In a system where you don't have proper statistics, in a system where there is no transparency, how can somebody who is not just been invited on an emergency note, he has failed to show up severally before he eventually came to answer that, for that. And the issues before him are not fresh issues. And he will be begging, he needs time to put his team together to do what? If you are in charge, it's a function of processes within the organization. You should have looked at every area, have your own information, back them up with whatever position that you have to. It's not too bad to say you need time, but that's not all that was required at that meeting. So it shows that indeed you have sectors within the Nigerian economy that are fantastically corrupt, like the former British Prime Minister would say. It is a sick situation we have on our hands. And it will also surprise you that compromises might just come up, and before long you hear nothing about any of this anymore. For any information to go public is enough for anti-graft agencies to follow up on all such informations, no matter what the outcome of this National Assembly investigation will be. Because we are talking about public funds here. Like he said, the chairman of the committee said, they are neither missing nor lost. They need to account for it, and that's an interesting issue.
Elder Christie, if he says they're neither missing or lost, why the investigation? Is there a form of hesitation already? They're already preempting the situation. That means they are going to give them a soft landing to explain themselves and to attend to Israel. Is that not preempting an investigation? Are you going to say this is what has happened to the money when you are calling Ojulari to explain? Are we seeing hesitation already on the part of those who are on the responsibility to check and balance whatever is happening in the Nnpcl?
Those are the invitation were based on petitions written against that organization. And those petitions had their content. Now we have an idea of the figures. The detail of how these monies came together, apart from the summary report, is still within them. Now you are insisting they have to do this. You are also providing a soft landing for them. That is a guide. Maybe if they go back and they come up with another report now, giving them a clean P, a lot of people will just want to turn out of. They invited them, they've been able to explain. This is not the first time we are seeing actors in the National Assembly. They're either fainting, or they either slump, or they beg for time. And before long, you hear nothing on that issue again. So Nigerians, I think we need more of, if not for the level of poverty that is being deliberately inflicted on Nigerians, and the counter strategy by those who are perpetrating this evil, by creating pseudo civil society groups, and giving them so much voice, to back up whatever they are doing. And the real forces, like you are in the media, thank God for VOP television. A lot of, that is being commercialized, even the news. So how do those who equally have information but don't have enough, with the level of poverty we are going through in this country, be able to push their voices through for Nigerians to hear what's going on? So the EFCC, the ICPC should take off from where the National Assembly. But let's watch this event unfold. 3 weeks is not going to be the end of this life. Let's see what will be done within that period.
All right, Dr. Anosike, how does this amount go missing? And
Wait, excuse me, Senate is playing a game.
Okay, this is a theater to you.
Ojunari is playing a game. Ojunari has been in office for just 100 days. And in the 100 days, they celebrated, they threw a party that they have done very, very well. Understand?
So self-appraiser.
Yes, so that they have done very well. But Senate invited Nnamdi Kanu some time ago. And Nnamdi Kanu told them in their presence that that one day he will say what is really happening there, that at his own time. And they left him and go. And they left him, he traveled out of the country. So Ojunari came. When Ojunari came, what he did was to sack those in key positions who would have given him this information that he's looking for. He sacked all those in the strategic positions and put his own people. So this more time he is asking for is to go back to do some kind of maybe mediation, understand, consulting. How should we do this? How should we do this? Nnpcl is a structured organization, understand? Every department has people manning them. Getting information wouldn't take you more than 48 hours.
If there is sincerity.
Because it is structured, understand? But the issue is this. One, most of the senators there, these guys can open their stomach, because most of the billionaires in Nigeria, made their money through oil.
And they will do everything to protect their interests.
Understand me? So even if they don't take time, and then the PCA will begin to fight back, will begin to expose them. Understand?
Which will be dangerous to their
that's why they couldn't tell Kiari that anything. Kiari just came there, spent about 30 minutes and said that one day I will tell the people what happened in Nnpcl. If they had wanted to probe what is happening there, the day they arrest him, they will have put him into custody. Because what was happening there is obvious to all Nigerians. At least in 2022, they said they used 200 billion naira on wages. Another 220 billion on turnaround maintenance. What is your staff strength? They did not ask that question. Understand me? They don't. So they are also afraid because they have been benefiting from there. So at the end of the day, nothing will happen in this, because the main man is not even there anymore.
Are you talking about Kiari?
Kiari is not there anymore.
Is it not supposed to be called back to answer questions? Because this is a lot of money we are talking about.
Because if that man talks, Nigeria will shake. If Kiari talks what is happening, let me tell you, the 2023 presidential election was run from money that came from Malta.
Was it the plants? Are you talking about the refinery?
So if
the blending plants that Dangote talked about?
So if Kiari talk, Nigeria go shake. So they just pack it, oh yeah, go. It's enough. Let us have peace.
Are you saying that the presidency is complicit? Because
the presidency is complicit, the National Assembly is complicit.
So that means,
all of them benefited from the rot in Nnpcl.
So that means this investigation is dead on arrival. It's just a show.
It's a drama. It's a drama. We are being entertained. At the end of the day, nothing will come out of it.
All right. Very interesting. So what next, Elder Christian Lekia? Because if this situation is just all theater, because those who have written the petition expect that the Senate will ask questions and make sure answers are being got from this inquiry, and the money be returned to the coffers to the betterment of Nigerians. But it looks like Dr. Aniski has already given up. He's saying it's a show and nothing is going to come out of it. You are saying 3 weeks time, let's wait and see. This has happened. This has become a washing. They keep doing rinsing and of course repeat. Rinse, repeat, wash, rinse and repeat.
On the stage, you give the person an opportunity to perform. You don't work with assumption. Like I said, there's still time. He said there's no time. By his own judgment, we're looking at the same thing from two different perspectives.
Yes.
If you stop him, do you stop him at this point to say, since there's no time, just go ahead, we work with assumption? No. Remember that we have certain rights in this country. Even the Freedom of Information Act allows us to demand for information from public establishments like that. These issues have been brought to the public glare. It is already a public issue in the court of public opinion. No matter what they do, no matter the compromises and actions that could be happening behind the scene, if we work with assumption and allow it to lie, then we should take responsibility for whatever that happens. But when we demand accountability, that this committee, you raise this issue, this man was invited, this money is involved, the petitioners will equally be reached. Because sometimes people blackmail institutions in order to get their own part. It's so many sides to this ugly tale and experience that we're going through, we're having, particularly when it comes to the Nnpcl. So I believe that they should be given that opportunity, even if we don't have absolute trust and confidence in them. He's actually new on board, but let's see what he will be coming up with within the 3 weeks. At the end of the 3 weeks, it won't end there. Nigerians equally have some rights, and those rights will be activated. People will make demands. And we can't be silent, and Nigerians won't be silent. The poverty that is being inflicted on us is being felt by all of us. So when one set of persons begin to take away everything, you leave issues in the dark. By the time the mind of the people go elsewhere, they make it private assets, private property, private funds, and they split it among themselves. And look at what happened the other day. The policemen were saying after 35 years, some of them were getting, for a CSP, getting 2 million. After all the risks you have to go through, all the things that happen, and these are equally things exposing the rot within the police. In those days when we were young, you find every police station having fuel dumps. You have the workshop. Now, the operational vehicles they use for all whatever they do, they have been taken care of. They manage it from the workshop, and they get fuel from their dump, for their operations. Today, even the government will buy vehicles, we've given them patrol vehicles. The maintenance of that vehicle, or those vehicles, how do they get their fuel? And when they throw it at several teams, maybe this patrol team, they end up going to the road to squeeze life out of the road users and people.
Just to maintain those vehicles and
just to maintain those vehicles.
Pretty sad.
And so when you hear of police brutality and other things, there are situations, like you create a situation for this crime to just happen. It's a difficult thing. Governance should be done with a sense of humanity, not just to look at situation because you are in office today, you discretionally use public asset in a manner that you like. There should be a limit to which public office holders should express or exercise discretionary powers.
All right.
Not when it comes to public funds.
Okay, we're really far spent when it comes to time, and of course I would like to leave this program, but we'll have to finish up with this one where the federal government plans to establish livestock breeding centers in each of Nigeria's 6 geopolitical zones to boost productivity and sustainability in the livestock sector. And of course, the Minister of State for Agriculture and Food Security, Aliyu Abdullahi, disclosed this plan at a 2-day interactive session in Kaduna. An initiative aims to enhance the country's food security and promote modern agricultural practice. The question is, why now? Just in 1 minute, why now? Do you think the other geopolitical zones, apart from those in the north, are going to accept it after they resisted the Ruga arrangement under Buhari's government?
For me, when you mention livestock, it shouldn't mean cow. That's not,
it shouldn't be cow alone.
It must not.
When Nigeria see livestock, mostly major.
When I see this cow now, that's how I become.
No, livestock will also be piggery, chickens, and so on and so forth.
It shouldn't be a way to indirectly start a Ruga that's in the states. Understand me? So, if it's what they want to do,
yes,
it's not just talking but doing.
Yeah.
Understand?
Okay.
Or the world need more of the demonstration than instruction.
Okay.
So those things that they have in mind, let them start doing it. But it must not be a way to start Ruga in the states of the country. It must not be. Livestock does not mean cow. Understand? Chicken and pigs and are part of it. So,
rams too.
Assuming it starts, journalists should try and go there and see what they are breeding there.
But if they say livestock most of the time, because this one about 6 geopolitical zones having areas where they will store livestock just to meet up with the standard and food security. Do you think
they say livestock breeding.
Livestock breeding. Do you think those who are involved in the livestock, maybe say for the cows now, are they going to embrace this form? Do you think it's going to change anything? Even if at all these zones are being
these herdsmen have gotten
used to pastoral.
They've gotten used to pastoral. Understand me? So they may not be too comfortable
staying in one place.
In one distance. I know that Motana Nyako has a very big cattle ranch in his farm, very mighty. And the cows there are looking 3 times than what is walking what is trekking from Sokoto to Enugu State.
Pretty interesting. All right, now, Elder Christian Lekia, how do you see this? Just in 1 minute so that we can wrap it up.
Truly, like you said, it shouldn't be cows because Nigerians already have the impression of the headers.
Yeah.
And we don't want all of that to happen. All the same, people can do business at anywhere. The government should be sure they are prepared. And if they get the buy-in of Nigerians, no matter where they intend to set them up, like they said, 6 geopolitical zones, so be it. But they must get the buy-in of the people. You don't impose headers in the next, because there might be an argument. Are headers not also breeding livestock? And if that happens, those who are victims of the activities will definitely be repulsive. And I don't know how that will work. But I pray that in their superior wisdom, as those in the driver's seat of governance today, they will be giving us something that will get the buy-in of the people.
All right. Thank you very much, Elder Christian Lekia. Well spoken.
If I'm to add, I would say for the southeast, they can take Imo State or Ebonyi State. Understand me? Those are Fulani and Kondonis in the southeast.
Okay, all right. Maybe the governor Wifuro of Ebonyi State.
Yeah, they can take Imo State or Ebonyi State and do whatever they want.
All right, governors will maybe take your advice or maybe give you a reply soon. But and there you have it. The issues that thrust Nigeria into the spotlight: Tinubu's promises, Nnpcl's unimaginable sums, and the battle for food security. Will they shape the nation's future or fuel its struggles? The verdict is yours. Stay tuned for more drama, more insights, more of the issues that demand to be heard. I am Jerry Apeliohai, and this has been the Issues on Voice of the People.